Hi, College Now and Falcon Tech instructors. I'm here to talk to you today about the quiz tool inside Desire to Learn. And a reminder that if you're using Schoology or Google Classroom or some other learning management system for Orange Community College's College Now team is completely okay with that. We do not want you to stress yourself out, your students out. This is not an ideal situation for anyone. This transition to remote learning, never mind what's happening with all of this coronavirus stuff. I have no other word for it at this point. It's crazy and scary and nerve-wracking for all of us. So, of course, we want you to have the easiest transition for you and the easiest transition for your students as possible. One of the things that I've been asked over the last couple of days is about the quiz tool. So I thought I would do a quick video on how that works. I'm in a quiz tool right now. I'm in it. I'm trying to write a quiz for my English class, and I've decided to have students pretty much do what I think the system setup would consider. Sorry, I just saw a email message slide across, so it distracted me for a second. I'm having my students do what would be considered an essay exam setup for my quiz because I want them to do corrections and not just answer multiple choice or something like that. And the reason I'm showing this particular quiz setup is I had a question about how do I provide additional comments on student quiz answers. And so the option would be to select under question type, and I don't think it's letting me change at this point, but this arrow down button would give you in your initial setup of the quiz all of the question types, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, all of those different kinds of question types. So I've already selected written response. I've typed in my question. Again, they're going to be correcting a passage that I've typed in here and putting it in their answers. And then when I receive their answer, I will have a box when I'm grading the quiz to put in my feedback. I think I'll probably go ahead and put in the actual answer so that students can see what the answer should be. But in this kind of quiz scenario, I like to give students specific feedback on their particular shortcomings with using sources. And for some students, that's setting it up and punctuating things and writing cues to readers that that a source is coming. And for some students, it's MLA documentation. Everyone has their own little thing that just never clicked with them. So I will also be able to provide feedback. Okay, so just wanted to show that. Obviously, I can put a different point available to students there. I am enabling the HTML editor for students so they can work on correcting their sentences with the system's help. I am using an option here called giving a hint so that I don't have to add that in the language of the question. The more lead up to the question I have, the more confused students might be, but I want them to have a hint. I give hints in classes actually when I'm teaching, so that's pretty natural for me. You can also add some other options. Let's do an add feedback and see what happens. Yeah, so here's where I will put in my answer. The overall feedback will be me actually doing the question and giving the answer here, and then this is where you would give additional feedback on that student's particular the feedback that particular student needs. I guess I should say it that way instead. Okay, so if you have any questions about the quiz tool, I haven't shown you how to set up a quiz from the very beginning. It basically takes you through a series of steps where you put in the title and you put in a description and that kind of stuff. And so really what I'm showing right now is the kinds of questions that you can add hints, that you can give the overall feedback, the answer that all students will receive, and plus individualized feedback here. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Let's look at this save button. I can do a save and new if I'm ready to go on to a next question, or save and copy. And I'm just going to click save for now because I don't want my screen to go anywhere. And then I can add a second question later on whenever I'm ready to move on to my next question. All right. I hope you're doing well. Try to have a nice weekend. It is March 27th. We're 3 days from launching remote learning, and I will be off my phone all weekend and off my computer all weekend. But if you have any questions as of March 30th, I'm happy to help you out and can still do phone consultations with you if you need some advice or some help with brainstorming or just need a listening ear. I'll be here. Thanks.